Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here and I'm mega zoomed in because my bookshelves are a mess, which means you can also see that my hair is a mess and my face is a mess, so this video is already a mess. Great. And you can probably hear a TV in the background because I forgot to turn that down downstairs. Oopsie. Hello, today I thought I would share with you some of my 5-star predictions, which means that hopefully I will read these books and get back to you with my thoughts. So, you know, future planning. Go me. So some of these books have been on my TBR for a while, some of them not so much, and one of them I don't even know why it's on there. I just feel like it might be a 5-star. But we're going to go straight into it. Let's go. So the first one we're going to start with is the hardback that I own 3 copies of, because the first time I bought it I thought I'd lost it, so I bought a replacement, and then I've recently bought the paperback because as much as I love this hardback edition, I just can't face taking it out of the house. And that is Eve of Man by Tom and Giovanna Fletcher. I mean, look at it, it's just so pretty. This bit is the actual naked cover underneath. Like, look, it has that whole thing in where it's like, hello, can you see me? Probably can't even hear me, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, look at that, that's beautiful. And this is the start of, I believe it's a trilogy, a dystopian trilogy by or a futuristic trilogy, sorry, by the duo who are very well known in the UK. So Tom and Giovanna Fletcher are a duo well known in the UK. Tom Fletcher is one of the bandmates of McFly, who have recently announced a comeback tour, and their tickets are really expensive, so I'm not going and I'm gutted. And G is his wife. She is a well-renowned author who normally, I believe, doesn't just write, she writes women's fiction, and she has a Happy Mum Happy Baby podcast, which if I was a mother I would be listening to that, just saying. But anyway, Eve of Man. I've had this on my TBR since before it was released. It's been out now probably 18 months or so, I think, and I still haven't got to it because I suck. It's probably more than 18 months, it's probably closer to 2 years. I can tell you actually, it was first published in 2018. So I'm not that late to it, I'm only almost 2 years late to it, go me. So anyway, this follows a young girl named Eve who has been kept away from her world, from her society basically, and the men, I believe? Yeah, all her life she's been kept away from men and from the truth. Because basically Eve was the first girl born in a world of men. And as she's getting older, things are starting to happen, and nobody really knows why she was born because every woman has kind of given birth to men, but now it sounds like the pressure is mainly on Eve to, you know, give birth to babies, essentially, because she's the first woman in like 50 years or something. So yeah, this says, all her life Eve has been kept away from the opposite sex, opposite from the truth of her past. But at 16 it's time for Eve to face her destiny. 3 potential males have been selected for her. The future of humanity is in her hands. She's always accepted her fate until she meets Bram. Eve wants control over her life, she wants freedom, but how do you choose between love and the future of the human race? And it's a trilogy. So I know that they're still doing edits for Eve of Man 2. So that's more so why I haven't picked this one up, and this video is already going to be so long because I'm already 4 minutes in. So next up we have the wild card of this pile, and that is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. This isn't something that I would normally go for, but going off my reading this year, one of the highest rated books this year, and possibly one of my favourite books this year, is one in a genre that I never normally read. So this has been kind of like catching my eye a little bit ever since the Netflix TV show came out, and a lot of people love this. I'm predicting it will be a 5 stars because I just feel like it's going to be one of those things that I will fly through and I will laugh and I will cry and all of the feels, but again, I don't know if it will be. I mean, I shouldn't really put it in a 5-star predictions if I don't know if it's going to be a 5-star, but I think it's going to be a 5-star, so we'll leave it at that. Next up we have one of the very first books I believe that I received from a publisher, and this author has recently released a new book. By the time this comes out it's not recent at all, but let's be real, it's me. But it's Spare and Fan Parts by Sarah Maria Griffin, and I remember when I received this I was absolutely hyped. I was so buzzed, and I've been trying to sit down and read this for so long and I just haven't, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm predicting it to be 5 stars. Why have I not read this yet? It follows a young girl who is an outsider, set in a futuristic setting. It gives me very much Cinder vibes, and yeah, very excited. So this follows Nell. She's never held a boy's hand because there's been a city devastated by an epidemic. Survivors are all missing body parts, but Nell's the only one that's missing a heart. Is that right? feel like she is. Yes, she's the only one who has machinery on the inside. She has a mechanical heart. And then she always feels like an outsider. She feels like unwanted, unloved. And then one day she comes across, in a scrapyard, a spare body part. And she's like, what if I can build my own companion in a world of broken body parts? And I'm just like, that's really giving me Cinder vibes and Eco vibes if Eco was a human. I mean, I'm only 3 books into the Lunar Chronicles, and right now Cinder and Eco are just like forever and ever. Like, you know, I love Cinder and Eco. But I do honestly think that this gave me very much so much of their vibes. There was a lot of much there. This very much, done it again, gave me Cinder vibes when I read the blurb, and I was just like, I need this in my life. So yeah, I do predict this will be 5 stars, just because of how much I have loved the Lunar Chronicles so far, and I can't wait to get to it. This next one will be more of a shock than To All the Boys I've Loved Before, because this series has been one that I haven't really rated, to be honest, so why the hell is it in this 5-star prediction? But I feel like with this 5-star prediction, this is more of a wild card than To All the Boys I've Loved Before, because I feel like it's about time that this author gave me a 5-star book, and that is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, which is the 4th in the Throne of Glass series. Now, when I read Air of Fire, I was like, I don't care who Manon is, they've wasted like 100 pages of this book could have been so much shorter without Manon. But I know that it kind of all kicks off properly in this, and we probably will get a better viewpoint of Manon than just existing, basically, is what I was thinking. So this is the 4th book in a series, so I can't really say much about what's going to happen because, one, I haven't really read the back because I don't want to, because I think it'll be better for me to go in blind. I want to do this properly. I want to read Queen of Shadows knowing what I know from the previous 3 books and hope it'll be 5 stars, basically. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, which if you've been living under a rock, hello, this is BookTube. This is the 4th in a series. The first is Throne of Glass. It follows a kick-ass assassin named Selena Sardathian, who has been basically sentenced to life or until she dies in prison for being an assassin. And she gets caught, but then she gets offered freedom if she works on behalf of the king or the prince. And we kind of like follow her as she deals with that, basically, is all I can say, because a lot more happens in the past 3 books that I've read. A hell of a lot more happens. I would recommend picking it up, especially if you need a series to get into where all the books are released, because all 7 of them have been released, so why not do it? But yeah, this is another 5-star prediction for me. I'm going to go into it blind. I'm going to trust my instincts and close my eyes and lead. No singing. Really hard to not sing Wicked when I say trust my instincts, but I'm going to go with my gut on this one and say this is going to be a 5-star. I bet I'm so friggin' disappointed. Last up is a one that I have banged on and on and on about on my channel, and I swear to God, if this isn't a 5-star, I will cry. And that is The Fireman by Joe Hill. This one has everything that I should love, and I just haven't read it yet, and I don't know why. It's probably because it's that big, that's why. This is about a virus that has basically took over the world. It's wiped out millions upon millions of people, and we follow this young pregnant woman who is basically trying to prevent herself from catching the virus for the sake of her unborn child. Now, my main question is, if this virus was around when you got pregnant, why did you get pregnant? Why? If there is like some sort of world epidemic where you're a high risk anyway, why the hell would you get pregnant? Why? I really want to go into this and find out if it happened before she got pregnant or after she got pregnant. I'm hoping it's after, because that would make sense. But this follows a pregnant woman who is basically trying to stop herself catching this virus, as I've just said, because she is pregnant. She finds herself holed up in a nursery as people are burning around her. Now, nobody knows where this virus has come from. People on the news, i.e. Fox News, have said it's been set loose by ISIS. Sources indicate on another news company that it's come from cult Christians, and CNN reports both sides, but the world burns. Basically, there's a virus that makes you burn alive, like, you know, you burst into flames. So she's now holed up in oh, hang on a minute, she actually is infected. Why would you get pregnant? Swear to God, I need to read this to find out if she actually was pregnant when the virus hit, or before the virus hit, or after the virus hit. Because if she gets pregnant after the virus hit, why the frickin' hell would you have unprotected sex? Ugh. I'm kind of like, I just want to know about this virus. Like, I feel so much passion towards this virus. I want to know how it happened, where it happened, when it happened. I want to know if she's been infected because she's had sex with somebody who had that virus. I don't know, and I need to know. And why haven't I read this yet? Because it should be a 5-star read. Okay, so now that I've calmed down a little bit, which I haven't, inside I'm still screaming, these are 5-star predictions. My hand was in my face the whole time. These are 5-star predictions that I hope will actually ring true. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these. I would love to have a chat with you all down there. And who knows, maybe I'll pick one of these up sooner rather than later. So by the time this video goes up, I might have actually read one. That would be typical, wouldn't it? But yes, all the links to my social media are in the comments down below. I think that book is out to get me now. All the links to my social media, my Goodreads, all that good stuff are in the comments down below. If you do want to be a friend, come and say hi. And I shall speak to you all in another video soon. Bye!